We're being asked to solve for x. We have x plus y over x minus y equals 6y. So I'm going to start out by multiplying both sides by x minus y. That makes the left side a lot more simple. I have x plus y equals 6y times x minus y. I'm going to use the distributive property and change the right side to 6xy minus 6y squared. So now I have an x on the left side. I have an x on the right side, and I need to have all the variables that I'm solving for together on one side. The next thing I'm going to do is move the 6xy to the left through subtraction, subtracting both sides by 6xy. Okay, this gives me x plus y minus 6xy equals negative 6y squared. Coming up here, rewriting this, x plus y minus 6xy equals minus 6y squared. The next thing I want to do is get this y on the left side over to the right. So first I have all my x's on the left, or terms containing x's on the left, and I want to get this y over to the right, and then I'll separate that y out in a minute. That one's a little bit trickier to separate out. X plus y minus 6xy minus y equals minus 6y squared minus y. Okay. Now I have x minus 6xy equals negative 6y squared minus y. I have my x's are all on the left, but I still have a y over here. And again, the way to separate something out in this situation, the way to separate out the variable that you want, is through factoring. If I look, I have an x in this first term, and I also have an x in the second term. So this would be equivalent to x times 1 minus 6y. And I'm going to double check it to make sure I did it correctly by multiplying back again. X times 1 is x. X times negative 6y is negative 6xy. So now that I have the x separated out here, I can move this term over to the right side. I'm going to handle that just like I usually do by doing the opposite operation. So I'm going to divide by 1 minus 6y. Divided by 1 minus 6y on both sides. These cancel out, and now I have x equals minus 6y squared minus y over 1 minus 6y. So this one was pretty complicated. When you started out, you had x plus y over x minus y. And the first thing I did was move this term over to the right side and then use the distributive property to change it into this form. X plus y equals 6xy minus 6y squared. After that, I moved the last term that contained an x over to the left side, and I saw that there was a y here that could easily be moved to the other side. At that point, I then got about as far as I could get without using factoring. So then I factored the x out of this expression, which allowed me to divide both sides by 1 minus 6y. That canceled those two terms out and isolated the x on the left and gave me my final answer. So today we were working with some equations containing two variables. Thanks for watching Educator.com.